He won Princess Diana's trust and nearly brought down the royal family. Now Andrew Morton's mission impossible to get Tom Cruise.
Behind the mask, this is the real Tom Cruise.
Hello, I'm Layla McKinnon. Welcome to A Current Affair. It's the bombshell making headlines around the world. So hot is Andrew Morton's unauthorised biography on Tom Cruise, some bookstores are refusing to stock it, scared by threats of legal action from the Church of Scientology. In an Australian exclusive, I spoke to the controversial author about his take on the real Tom Cruise. At high altitude, at high speed, or in high-risk situations, the characters Tom Cruise plays may be on the edge, but they're always in control. Andrew Morton would say, just like Tom Cruise himself.
Extremely controlling, extremely dedicated, someone who, and also extremely hard-working, and extremely talented.
And just this once, it seemed extremely out of control. Have you ever felt this way?
He excited my interest because I watched him abusing Oprah's couch and thought, hang on, this is a guy who's normally pretty tightly wrapped. What's really going on behind the mask?
Morton, who made his name with his biography of Princess Diana, interviewed school friends about Thomas Maypether IV, a student wrestler dedicated to his single mum and sisters, a boy who, after a sporting injury, scored a part in the school play, was spotted and became a star.
He just says in the script, you know, that the character dances, and he just picked the whole thing up and did it almost from his own experience, because all his school friends used to say to me that actually they'd seen him do that kind of performance when he was in their backyard.
America's favourite Top Gun was soon to become Australia's favourite celebrity husband after spotting Nicole Kidman in Dead Calm.
And she's flown to Hollywood to audition for the movie that he dreamt up, Days of Thunder. There isn't a part for her, there isn't a character at all, but there's mutual attractions to each other, and very quickly they're having an affair.
Your wife has just given you the biggest rap in the world, I think.
I know, I'm his personal PR lady.
They were bonkers about each other. I mean, they spent all the time together. They were looking to start a family. In fact, they did try and start a family. She sadly she had a miscarriage, an ectopic pregnancy, and it meant that because of the dangers of having another ectopic pregnancy, which can be life-threatening, they decided to adopt, and that started all the rumours off that perhaps this is just, you know, that he's gay, and it was just a facade, this marriage.
What were some of the things that were rumoured about him that you dismissed?
That he was gay, that every third person in Hollywood had a story about, I know about secret wrestling bouts in hotels with male models, and you know, there's just so many ludicrous rumours that come about.
You say your book's fair and accurate, but it's not for sale in England or Australia. Is that because you can't substantiate the things you've written?
It's because that in Britain and other associated countries, the laws are so strict, and the potential for litigation with Scientology, who are notorious for litigation, and Tom Cruise, who is equally notorious for litigation, means that the publishers find that it's just not really worth it.
Tom Cruise is well known for being a committed Scientologist, a religion developed in the 1950s by writer L. Ron Hubbard.
It is being a Scientologist, people are turning to you, so you better know it. You better know it. And if you don't, you know, go and learn it. You know?
There's a video going around at the moment showing him talking about the fact that if there's a car accident, as a Scientologist, he's the only one who can help. So there's a sense that he feels that he's always in the right. He has the monopoly of truth, of wisdom. He has the tools, as it were, to solve all the problems in the world. And everybody else, doctors, journalists, other professionals, these doubters, well, you can just forget them because they don't understand what he understands. So there's a kind of the certainty of the zealot about him these days.
One of Morton's claims is that Kidman's waning interest in Scientology helped end their struggling marriage.
People who know them, knew them through the marriage, say that she was rather the Siamese cat in the relationship, very kind of closed and feline and very calculating, and he was the bounding Labrador, always chasing after her. He used to write her love notes and send her flowers and chocolates, all those kind of obvious romantic things. But towards the end, all these love notes and flowers became kind of irritating for her, and she was always pulling away from him, and he was always pursuing her.
So is that what went wrong?
Well, it's one of the reasons why it went wrong. She fell out of love with him as far as those people who knew them at the time were concerned. But also, she fell out of love as well, or fell out of kind of interest with his faith, Scientology.
Nicole was pregnant and feared her career was over.
Remember, she told her private detective that she was going to return to Australia and give up acting and be a nun for a time. And when she had the miscarriage, because of all the insinuations about the father, she saved, or she ordered that some of the placenta was saved just to prove paternity, the fact that Tom Cruise was the father.
This is the reaction from Tom Cruise when asked about his ex-wife.
I'm just telling you right now, okay? Just put your manners back in.
I watched that interview very carefully with Peter Overton, and I could tell that this was a performance that he was doing. It's a Scientology technique to kind of generate Ersatz anger at something, to deflect it, so that you deflect the question and you browbeat your interlocutor so that they're hesitant about asking more intimate questions.
When he met Katie, Tom's personal life was again fair game.
Katie came into his life at a time when he was casting for Mission Impossible. There were all kinds of names in the frame: Kate Bosworth, Jessica Alba, and others. In her school days, Katie Holmes was always telling her sisters that one day she would marry Tom Cruise. She meets him, he takes her for a motorbike ride, and as they say, he has her at hello. And from then on, she kind of takes a one-way ticket into Planet Tom.
The meeting, the engagement, the couch jumping, the baby and the marriage came in quick succession.
There's genuine affection. I mean, he's a very controlling individual. She's quite malleable. She's 16 years his junior, and she's someone who very quickly adopted to his lifestyle, adopted to his faith, and adopted to his family.
But the book claims Katie's schoolgirl dreams may not be everything she had expected.
Well, one of the things that people who saw her and knew her in the first few months were shocked about was how changed she was. Before she met Tom, she was kind of exuberant, sparkly-eyed girl, and they described her, and I quote, as being dead-eyed Katie. So they saw the transformation, and it's not me who's saying this, but people are saying that she looks like a Stepford wife, she's robotic. These are people who have interviewed her.
Andrew Morton says he stands by the book despite receiving threats of legal action. Tom Cruise's lawyers have denied there is any truth to the book's claims, saying it's sensationalist, bigoted and full of lies.
It's not the hysterical headlines, it's reading about a man's life. And that he's someone who, that we've all grown up with and all think we've got to know. And I hope that this book will show this is the real Tom Cruise.
And today the Church of Scientology contacted us to say Andrew Morton refused its many requests to be interviewed for his book. Well, this issue is bound to provoke strong opinions, and we'd love to know what you think, so drop us an email or give us a call. Or nipple a day keeps the doctor away if it's been a year since it was picked. It seems much